Hi guys, welcome back to Kamaudacity. I want to share with you something that happened to me. Looking back now, I can laugh about it because this was like maybe 8-10 years ago, right? I can laugh about it now. At the time, I was so pissed. I was really pissed when it happened, right? And when I tell you the story, you'll see why I was so pissed. Looking back now, it's quite funny. So what happened was, alright, at the time I didn't have a washing machine, so I would usually go to the laundromat, take all my clothes. So I would put my clothes in these big garbage bags, and there's a taxi man who I always travel with, Mr. Jackson, right? So I'd load up these garbage bags and have my detergent and whatever, and we'll take them up to the laundromat, and I would do my thing, and then Mr. Jackson would take me back home. So on this particular day, I loaded up my bags. I think I had two huge bags full of clothes, right? So this was my spouse's work clothes, and my going out clothes, and the children's going out clothes, and our yard clothes. Huge garbage bags, two of them. And where I live, at the end of the pathway, you have two bridges. It's like, we call them a bridge, but there's bridges over this way, but they're not really a bridge. You get what I'm saying? So it's a place where people kind of hang out, they sit on it, they talk in the evenings. And so I arrested them there because that's where I normally wait for Mr. Jackson to come get me, right? So I arrested the bags there, and beside the bags I had my detergent, and there was something else. There was a detergent and something else. So I was out there waiting for Mr. Jackson to come, and he was taking a little while, and then I remembered something inside the house. Right, so I was saying, okay, there's a shop across from the bridge, and I was saying, okay, there were two women and some guys sitting outside the shop, sitting on the pavement outside the shop. So I said, well, I can go back inside, right? These guys, they know me, where they work there. They're there every day, they know me, and everybody knows that I go to the laundromat and I come back with my bags and so on. So I was saying, alright, I'm just gonna go back in for whatever. I don't remember what it was. I had to go back inside. Alright. So this happened to be the day when the rubbish truck was coming. No, we had a special day. I don't remember whether it was Monday, whichever day it was. We had a special day that the rubbish truck came. So I heard the blowing, because when the rubbish truck is in the scheme, you hear them blowing, and you put out your garbage, and they come and they take up your garbage. So I heard the truck, but I wasn't paying it any mind. I had already put out my trash. My whole thing was focusing on getting to the laundromat. So I went in. When I came back outside, when I came back to the bridge, my bags were gone. My two bags full of clothes were gone. So I was saying, to myself, so people start stealing dirty clothes now. That's what I'm saying, because everybody knows I pack my clothes in the garbage bags and I take them to the laundromat. It's something I do every week, maybe 2 days for the week, right? Sometimes. Everybody knows this, so they're really going to steal dirty laundry. Is this where we're at now? This is the level we're at, where we're stealing dirty clothes. That's what I was saying to myself. So I went over to the ladies and the guys who were sitting on the pavement, because they were right in front of the bridge, right across the road. I said to them, I left my bags here. Didn't you see my bags? I left my bags here. Did you see who took up my bags? And they were there, like they were saying no. And then one of them said, oh, you know, the rubbish truck just came and I think they took up the bags. And I said to myself, no, these guys, they know that I'm not talking about the rubbish men. The women and the guys. They know me. They know this is how I take my stuff to the laundromat in the rubbish bags. They saw me there sitting with the thing. They saw the detergent there because the detergent was still there. The detergent was still on the bridge. And you mean to tell me that they couldn't tell the garbage men that this is not rubbish, this is somebody going to the laundromat, and they sit there, you know, talking. So I said to them, so you didn't tell them that it's not rubbish, these are my clothes. And they were just there, oh, I didn't know that is not rubbish. I said, really? These people, you know, they know everything that you do. If you're coming from the supermarket with, they know how many bags you're coming out of the car with. If you're trying to sneak in someone into your house, sneak in a little man into your house, they know everything that goes on. They know your business before you know it. They can tell you your business before you realize your business. So how is it that as a neighbor you couldn't tell the guys on the rubbish truck that this is not rubbish? I was so pissed, but then at the time I was saying, oh my God, I have to go run down the rubbish truck now, because they had already left. They came by, took up what they must take up and gone to the next pathway. So I didn't even have time to be there arguing and saying, my God, as a neighbor you couldn't do that. You knew that is not rubbish and you sit there. So I didn't even have time to penetrate them. My thought now was get to the rubbish truck and get my bags. So I ran down to the next entrance, right? The next pathway. Because they had turned. When I looked down the road, I saw the truck turning. So I had to run down to the next pathway and stop them. So when they stopped, I explained what had happened. I said, you took up some bags of clothes. Those weren't rubbish. Those are clothes I'm taking to the laundromat. And he said, yeah, you know, we took them up, but we really thought they were rubbish because they're in big black rubbish bags. We thought they were rubbish, and I couldn't blame them, even though the detergent was there and something else was there. The soap powder, it was there. So I'm saying, who leaves bags on the bridge anyway? There's a collection stand where persons put their garbage, but I really couldn't blame them. I was more blaming the people who were sitting in front of the bridge, who knew that this is what I do every week, 2 times a week. So I said to them, all right, so it was a mistake. Can I get back my bags? And they stopped the truck and they opened up the back part of the truck, right? And the guys went in there and they were really looking. They were really, you know, they were really looking for my bags. And he said, you know what, I really think it's already in the compactor. And if it's in the compactor, we cannot get it back. If it's in the compactor, we can't go in there for it. We cannot get it back. Can you imagine that? 2 whole bags. Work clothes, yard clothes, going out clothes, pretty clothes, Sunday best clothes. Well, luckily no uniforms were in it. I think it was midweek and I didn't wash uniforms, so my children's uniforms weren't in it. But 2 whole bags of clothes. And these men telling me I can't get them back because it's already, you see, if it was still in the back part, the big part of the truck that, you know, that the tossy stuff, I could get it back, but because they had already put it in the middle part, that's what he was explaining to me. It's already in the compactor that press it down and it gone, whatever. The man said I couldn't get back my stuff. So I just had to call it a loss. I had to call it a loss. 2 bags of clothes. I had to call it a loss. And I was saying, my God, for you as a neighbor, you know, to not be looking out for your fellow neighbor, and you know this, you know that is you know that is my clothes. And I was really pissed. But guys, I just had to call it a loss. I just had to call it a loss. Sometimes I was there and I was just trying to remember what did I have, you know, trying to remember my clothes, my precious clothes, and the members of my family, their clothes that I would never see again. But that's just how it goes. So sometimes not every neighbor is neighborly, and you just have to look out for yourself too. And I mean, these things happen. I'm not saying because I forgot something and I just run back. I couldn't take the 2 heavy bags and run back into the house, you know. So I made a decision on the spot, and it just happened that that's just life. So guys, just sharing that with you, and I hope you never have that experience.